Hey everyone, welcome back to Low Luxury, the channel where I show you what authentic luxury clothing and streetwear looks like. Today, we're going to be taking a look at a piece by one of the hottest streetwear designers on the planet and has been for some time now. And that, of course, is Heron Preston. And we have maybe one of his most iconic pieces here, which is the logo mock neck. It's got the embroidered logo there, it kind of comes up a little further. But this one is actually even cooler because Heron Preston, more and more lately, has been taking steps to do things more sustainably and doing them more kind of just socially conscious, things like that, whatever the marketing sustainable buzzwords are. But I think he actually is doing it right. So I'm so excited to check this thing out with you, so let's do it. But first, I've looked into it, and a very, very small percentage of you are actually subscribed to the channel. It's completely free. Just press that button, and you will not regret it. Thank you so much. So I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not 100% positive if this bag came from the retailer or if Heron Preston themselves packaged it this way. So I'm just going to do a quick overview of the bag in case this is how they all come. So it's just a simple thin plastic bag. You've got your warnings here in 3 languages at the bottom, like nice big bold black text. And then we actually have 2 stickers here, interestingly. The top one has a heck of a lot of numbers. We've got a date up here, sweatshirt orange, orange white, model number there. That's definitely important to see. We want to make sure that matches everywhere, that HMA one. And here's a good thing right off the bat. For your piece, plug that model number into Google, see what comes up. If your piece comes up, that is actually quite a good sign. If a different Heron Preston piece comes up that doesn't look anything like yours, that's a bad sign, because a lot of times fakes will reuse the same numbers from different models over and over. And then under that, there's another sticker under there with some of that same information, like that model number, the model sweatshirt orange, orange white, and so on. So let's take a look at this piece for real now and not just the bag. Look at those colors. So sick. Okay, let's check this out. I have to say I am obsessed with the colors of this piece. The dye effect is incredible. But before we get into any of that, we've got to take a look at the retail tags that come with this piece, because I always say they are one of the best opportunities to tell real versus fake. So the first thing we get here is a really, really thick piece. It's almost like wood, like it's not bendable at all. It's really, really solid. And then printed on there in white, and you can feel those letters. They pop out a little bit from the print. Big and bold and white is that Heron Preston logo print. And take a good look at that lettering, the spacing, the size, because that should be consistent everywhere we see it. The back of that is blank. Then we also get a couple much thinner gray pieces of cardstock here. So this one, it says this card is recyclable. You got the Heron Preston logo print once again. And then clothes accessories, experience storytelling, Heron Preston Creative Ink, authentic, handle with care. Take a look at the differences in like bold versus not bold, things like that. The placement, like it starts right even with the H there and ends right even with the end of the N over there. The back of that one is blank. And then this next tag, it starts off in, I think, Italian, but then in English it says garments handcrafted, every garment's unique, so on and so forth. Pretty much every like luxury piece has a little disclaimer card like this. And it continues in a few more languages there. And the back of that is blank, but we do get this sticker here. And this sticker will look very similar to stickers for like Palm Angels or Off-White, because they are owned by the same parent company, the New Guards Group. So all their stickers are pretty much identical. So it's got that model number again, which matches the ones on the bag. You've got the model name, turtleneck, CTNMB, original orange white, and brand, Heron Preston, all that's in all caps. Then off to the right, a bit bigger and bolder, you've got the size M for medium. And then these are all attached with this super, super thick kind of, you can stretch it, it's stretchy, this orange cord essentially. And actually, interestingly, at the end here, they're kind of like taped off together. So also look for that because that's pretty cool. And those go right up to a silver light bulb shaped safety pin that goes through this little loop tag at the back of the neck here. And now let's take a look at that tag at the back of the neck because it's actually pretty interesting. So unlike most Heron Preston pieces, there's actually no brand tag at the back of the neck here. And I don't have a definite reason for that, but if I had to guess, it's because whatever material those tags are made out of are not kind of like earth friendly. You can see my quotation marks there, my little bunny ears. But so if I had to guess, he's trying to make this shirt all out of like renewable materials, stuff like that, and I'm guessing that tag material was not. So instead, a little bit off to the right here, you just get this little orange loop tag here. And it's just a really tiny little tag, and stitched in there in white is that kind of like Russian Cyrillic Heron Preston logo there. And that gets stitched right into that seam at the back of the neck. So now it's time to take a look at the care tags that are inside the shirt. So these would be on your left side if you were wearing the shirt. And they are a very kind of smooth, plasticky, matte black material. So this first one here is a loop tag, and you can see that it's stitched in really cleanly with this single stitch going across the top there, and it goes right into this side seam. And then right at the top in a light gray, you get that Heron Preston logo print. Then the model number, which again matches. I'm telling you, Google that. That's a great thing to do. It's saved me a bunch of times on a bunch of pieces. Then you get your size chart, and it looks like the medium is a little bit bigger and bolder than the size above it. Then we get into our fabrication. So this one, it's 100% cotton. The ribbing, also 100% cotton. And the detailing, I'm guessing that's like the patches that are on it, are 100% polyester. And we get 5 little washing symbols here centered. And then we get into our washing instructions. First in English, all caps, and they're separated with these slashes. And those continue in various languages. Then you get into the Asian languages, and it ends in Arabic there. This next tag is not a loop tag, it's just a single tag. And you've got a little dotted line up there, I guess if you wanted to cut it off. And first you've got the company information, so Heron Preston, SRL, and their address. Then you get where it was made, in all caps, in this case, Portugal. A lot of Heron Preston stuff is made there. And then at the bottom, once again, you get that logo print. And the back of that is blank. Now it's time to take a look at the unique elements of this piece, because I love it. It's so sick. First, let's talk about just this fabrication and the coloring, because it's crazy. I'm telling you guys, when I bought this piece, I had no idea how it was going to be when I got it, because in pictures, it almost looks like it's a kind of like crinkled, glossy fabric, but it's not. This is just cotton t-shirt material, but it's this almost like tie-dyed effect with these vertical lines going down. It's almost like a fiery look. It's really, really cool, and you can see these differences in kind of hue there. Like, I just really love this dyeing effect. Of course, you've got a mock neck here, and this is a bit more like ribbed here than the body of the shirt. And then embroidered in there is that like Cyrillic Heron Preston logo. And those letters like really pop out of the shirt itself. And if we turn that over, interestingly, you cannot see the back side of that embroidery. So if you see stitching coming through on the back side here, that is not a good sign. You also get similar embroidery here at the end of the right sleeve. It would be the right sleeve if you were wearing it. So you've got that right here. It's the same lettering. However, in this case, you can see the stitching coming through on the other side. You also have that embroidery at the other sleeve, but in this case, above it, you also have this classic Heron Preston patch here. So this is very similar to the print that we saw on the retail tag, but this one it says, warning, keep away from fire. You've got some numbering and lettering up here. It looks like maybe an address, then the logo, and that same stuff we saw on the other tag. So this is kind of a glossier orange with black stitching on it. And then it's stitched in all 4 corners there. And then at the back of the shirt, there's actually one more patch here down at the bottom. So this one is a nice, it's a really soft, just like kind of canvasy feeling patch here. And in black, printed on there, this garment is made of 100% organic cotton fiber. This means its production has a low impact on nature and promotes and enhances biodiversity and biological cycles. So as I've been saying, Heron Preston has taken more and more of an interest in sustainability and kind of like ethical clothing making as of late, and I think that's just awesome. In this patch, it is sewn down on all 4 sides with clean white stitching, and it's just tied off in the bottom right there. Finally, the ends of the sleeves, the cuffs, and the hem are quite thin. It kind of cinches in a little bit, but not too much. Like that's maybe 3/4 of an inch, I would say. So now that we've checked all of that out, let's try this piece on to see how it feels and see how it fits. First, let's talk about the feel of this piece, because I actually have worn quite a few organic cotton pieces, and I have to say, unfortunately, because they're way better for the environment, that they're sometimes not the most comfortable. Like some organic cotton, it feels a bit rough to me. It's just not quite as good as your average t-shirt, unfortunately, but this feels perfect. It's nice and soft, it flows well, it's not scratchy, it's not stiff. It's just your normal feeling t-shirt material, honestly. So if it's organic, hey, that's great. As for the fit, as we talked about, this one is tagged as a size medium, and I would say it fits generally true to size. But I am usually a true to size small. However, personally, I like my Heron Preston stuff to fit a bit oversized. I think that his style of clothing just looks really good oversized, so I sized up. So for me, it's a bit oversized on me because that's how I wanted it. But, you know, it still fits well. I'm really glad the neck, it's not too loose or anything, even though it is oversized for me. Because, look, mock necks are like my favorite style of shirt. I'm just obsessed with them, but I don't want them to be loose and floppy. That's gross. So mock neck's great. The fit, it's oversized for me. It's great. So I'm happy all around. But for you, if you want a true to size fit, I'd say go with your normal size. So that is how you tell the difference between real and fake Heron Preston clothing. Take a look at the other video on screen here, subscribe to my channel, like this video, and I'll see you next time.